Hallo en welkom stralende ziel. Ik ben Inge van Stralen, ik ben galactisch priesteres en ik ben met vakantie. Dus daarom deze week geen reguliere video met meditatie, helaas. Maar in plaats daarvan deel ik een interview met jullie wat ik heb gehad voor de Dolphin Star Temple. En de Dolphin Star Temple is een overkoepelende organisatie die zich bezighoudt met het verspreiden van Pleiadisch Lichtwerk. Het is een heel interessant gesprek geworden over ethiek. En ethiek is in mijn beleving heel erg belangrijk. Eigenlijk de basis voor spiritualiteit. En het is iets wat mij heel na aan het hart ligt. Dus daarom deel ik dit gesprek ook met jou. Het is wel in het Engels, maar ik hoop dat je ondanks dat het toch zult bekijken en beluisteren. En ja, de juweeltjes, de pareltjes die erin zitten ook tot je zult laten komen. Vergeet je niet te abonneren op dit kanaal, deze video een like te geven en het te delen met anderen. Ondanks het feit dat het net even iets anders is dan anders. Stralende ziel, heel veel plezier met het volgende interview. Tot snel. Hello, welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to Coffee with the Dolphin Star Temple. I am here with beautiful Cherie Scott, and my name is Inge van Stralen. But first, let me give the floor to Cherie to introduce herself really briefly.
Good morning, Inga, or evening for you. I'm Cherie. I work in the home office here at Dolphin Star Temple, and I am the voice on the phone that you get when you call, and I send the emails from our home office, and I'm just so delighted to be part of this organization, and the mission that they bring to the world is just mwah.
Thank you, Cherie. My name is Inge van Stralen, and I am president of the board of the Dolphin Star Temple. So I assist Cherie, basically. We hold space for the Dolphin Star Temple, and it is our mission to bring Pleiadian light work into the world, really, on this planet, because we feel that it is one of the most important ways forward. It can really help humanity through these turbulent times, so to speak.
For sure. Yeah. Very well said. Very well said.
Thank you.
So one of the things that has come up in our prior conversations with each other is the issue of ethics. And what I mean by that is if somebody that isn't present and hasn't given permission to receive teachings and healings, is that ethical to do it anyway? And what does that look like?
Okay. First of all, ethics. It is the way we see the world to the purest intentions. So really from a point of view of purity, to do good, to be the best, to make the highest choice in every possible situation. So, and it is so important. It is actually the base of it should be the base of any true spiritual teaching, because, that is where we grow as human beings, and we can talk to light beings, all, as much as we want to, or, receive these beautiful teachings, but if we don't apply them, from, in our lives to make the highest possible choice every single time, then, it's just entertainment.
Is that impeccability, would you say?
Yeah, that's a beautiful word. Yeah, impeccability.
I know Amor often talks about impeccability.
Yeah, and yeah, we agree on that. That impeccability, making the highest possible choice, is very important. And I personally don't use the word impeccability because for me, it sets a standard, and I feel like, impeccable, I can only fail because I'm human, but, and to me, ethics is something that evolves through your life. When you commit to living the highest version of you, then, you keep an open mind and explore whatever is in the world, and form your own opinions on that, and base your actions on what you have learned. So as long as you keep yourself, your mind open, it's like, I could be wrong, then you evolve in ethics. So that's why I like that, those words better than impeccable, because then it's like, yeah, it's something I strive for, but I'm by no means there yet. Anyway, that's my definition.
So the being human part.
yeah. Well, and that's why we're here, to embrace the human part too, but not to take it, as it is. We can strive to be something bigger than we are today, and to evolve. Yeah, that's where we're here, to evolve as humanity and as souls as well.
So what about
that? I'm getting to a point.
I remember you recently did a post as well with a gift. You had a gift, and like something about sending love can be not threatening. I forget the word that you used. But
can be painful.
Painful. There we go.
Yes, because that almost brings us to your initial question. I haven't forgotten.
I know, I'm impatient. That's my human part.
Anyway, so yeah, that present of love, we tend to think, okay, just send love. But if someone isn't ready for it, it can be super painful, and maybe someone doesn't want it. There's always the free will of someone. I always compare it with turning on the lights. When you are in a dark room, and you have been for such a long time, and your eyes kind of get used to the dark, and then someone just says, hey, I found the light switch, and just turns it on, like, hey, let there be light. Ow, that hurts your eyes.
That's a really good example. And yeah, I totally get that.
So and it's the same thing with love. And does someone want to receive that love? Because we tend to think, oh, but all that person needs is to get that love. But maybe that person wants to be in that space. That's the free will of that person wants to explore a certain situation when he or she is cut off from love, and maybe he is or she is taking time off from you, needs some distance, and then there you are, okay, I'll just send you love, and and that can feel like, oh my gosh, get out of my energy, go away, leave me alone. So and the example that I used in the post that you were talking about, sending love, what you can do as an option, you just put make a beautiful present of it, just wrap it nicely and just put it in front of the person that you want to send that love to. And it's like, okay, here is the present. You can open it, but maybe this is not the good, the right time for you. So, maybe you want to open it at a later stage or at a later time. And if not, if you don't want it, that's fine too.
I love that. It's like the gift of unconditional love.
Exactly. Here it is, even if you don't want to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
So now coming back to your
question. The healing question. What do you do?
What do you do? Gosh, I don't know why, but they just really came in with that whole information about what ethics is. So no, you don't just, read someone's energy when a person has not asked for it. And the example that I always use is like, when you look into someone's energy field or, wherever, if you go to chakras, aura, or, even soul centers, whatever it is really looking at someone's inner beings, really at a very deep level. So it's like reading someone's diary without having been given permission.
Yeah.
And there may be really beautiful clues or information in that diary that you can help that person with. But, I remember as a kid, my sister read my diary. I wasn't happy. Well, her intentions were a little different, but that feeling, it never really left me. I can still feel that. Maybe I should work on that, but
something to clear. So interestingly enough that you would bring up the kid thing. Now, if you're a parent and you're asking about your child, and that child, is it age 7 or puberty? I mean, there's some different thoughts about that, but is it ethical to be able to do a reading on one of your children before a certain age?
Personally, I would say be really careful when doing a reading on someone that you're close to. Even, well, of course, your children, but, your parents, your lover, your best friend, whatever, because you come with these ideas of what would be good for that person. And you run the risk of filtering. Filtering is like, looking through certain, glasses, at a certain situation. So then I project my desires onto you or onto the person that I'm reading. If I read my partner and I really, feel like, okay, just deal with this family stuff already, and then I do the reading and obviously, hey, surprise, surprise. If I'm not careful, if you're really skilled, you can do that. But, then the mother or father issues could come up, but it's better to be as clear as possible. The clearer you are as a reader, the better the session is. So that, that is family members, friends, people that you're close to, children. So you could ask someone else, to do a session on your child. And the rule of thumb that I use is, until a child has reached puberty, it's okay, because the primary caregiver is the parent, but it needs to be the primary caregiver, so really, yeah. So if a child doesn't live with its his or her parents anymore, then, the parents are not the primary caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ask someone else to do a reading on your child until puberty. And then after that, it kind of depends on the child. Some children are, already very self-reliant or very strong in their own, they're all have their own identity already and know what they want. And, but others, are still very young. I know I was very young when I, was, in the early stages of the puberty. Yeah, I think I was really young until I went to university. But, it's still, and if you have that situation where your children are getting a little older already, talk to them. Say, okay, I feel like, there's something bothering you and I don't know how to take care of it. But, there's this person that we could go talk to, or she can do, talk to angels or light beings or whatever you want to call it. And then.
So it's like giving permission.
It's like a permission.
Really?
Yeah. And then taking it one step further, something that comes up a lot is, especially in romantic situations, can you, does he like me, or why did my partner do that? And then as a reader, it gets to this point where it gets really tricky, because where do you draw the line? So because and in theory it's really easy, because you look at the energy of your client, but the partner's energy and his or her actions in influence, have an impact on your client as a reader. So and where does it stop? And sometimes what someone needs to hear is the motivation. Why is he or she doing that? So they can understand and release it. And so that's always
really. So what do you do with that? How do you answer that question?
It depends. Of course I ask the higher self of the partner. And I also set intentions. Sorry.
And I imagine that the person asking the question as well, you could go back in the archives to see why that person's creating that situation as well.
Yeah. So really, sometimes information just flows in because, I tell the guys, look, I really want to be ethical. I do not want to read this person, the partner, but can you help me to, to give me the information I need to help this person? And the question is always, why does the person, my client in this case, allow this to happen? Why does he or she create the situation? Which is much more interesting, to solve than that one case, because usually it's part of a pattern.
I was just going to say it repeats, right?
Yeah.
It always comes back to self, it seems.
It does. But, as human beings, we always want to know. It's like, why is this happening? And why does he do this to me? Why is she doing this? But the question is, why am I allowing this to happen?
So it's like stepping out of that victim place and being a witness.
Exactly. Gosh, you put that beautifully. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I think that answers my question about ethics. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
It's always such a pleasure to explore these things with you. You're just so full of wisdom and light, and we're so blessed to have you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I really hope if you are watching this, that you get some sort of inspiration out of this conversation. Let us know if you have any more questions, put it in the comments box below. Don't forget to follow us, Dolphin Star Temple on Facebook, Dolphin Star Temple Pleiadian Lightwork on Facebook, YouTube channel also, Dolphin Star Temple.
Dolphin Star Temple.
And our Insta page.
Yeah, just Dolphin Star Temple.
Gosh.
Yep. A little more simple.
All right. So, thank you for watching. I hope, it inspires you. And if you want to know more about the Dolphin Star Temple Pleiadian Lightwork and courses and practitioners in your area, just visit our website, www.dolphinstartemple.org. And we also have a beautiful web shop where you can buy amazing crystals. And I actually have one here in my lap, and it's my baby. It's my baby.
That's a special one.
I know. Especially I work with it all the time. So
stay tuned for another video, a coffee with the Dolphin Star Temple about crystals.
Yeah. yeah. There is one coming up. So, all right, let's drink coffee now.
Buffy, have a great day.